Yeah, I got one.
Season 4!
Play the season 4 theme, Josh.
Season 4, we're gonna write better stories.
Don't say that!
Season 4, better than the ones before.
Wow.
You have just written a check that none of our asses can cash.
Nope, sure can't. But if we tell them, it might trick them into thinking we did.
We've been away for a little while, so they probably can't remember how good or bad the last season was.
I sure don't.
Welcome, Story Squires, to Story Lord Season 4.
I don't wake up in a cold sweat in the middle of the night thinking about the quality of the last season or anything.
Oh, fuck, oh, shit. I'm a disappointment to myself and others.
This is, as always, the prompt-based fiction podcast with 2 prompts, 3 stories, and infinite laughter. If you've never listened to the show before and you're jumping on at Season 4... I wouldn't.
That's crazy.
I wouldn't. I'd go back. But I will explain.
What, you jump onto designing women in season 4?
To be fair, designing women really picks up in season 4.
Which bit are they designing in season 4? Is it the butt?
The vaginal cavity.
Wow.
I don't know.
Well, anyway, how this show works is our patrons, our paying audience, submit prompts. We randomly select 2 each week, and we each write a story in a different genre. That's it. It's really simple. What isn't simple is the actual the act of writing it, which takes a really long time. And but we love it. We love this challenge that we're given every 2 weeks.
The act. You were going to say the act of fornication. I think that's what you were about to say.
The act of season fornication.
Nice.
I don't want to call Jeff out, but he was ready to intro the show. He thought we were on the other show.
I was sitting completely silently. What is this guy talking about?
He was ready to jump in.
Well, I'm sorry, but I am your
Welcome,
host.
cadets and captains, to Story Lords.
Yup, there it is.
I am your host, Rich Masters, and with me as always is Jeff Pennington.
Hey, everybody.
And Josh Henderson.
Hi, it's me.
I thought you were going to say more there.
No.
New season, potentially new stories, potentially new genres. I'm not gonna. Yeah, we're not gonna do the old stories again. Wow, that would be a really
new
good
stories.
That would be a really good way to save some time every week. Just redo the season. But this
do
week,
like how other podcasts do. Like, this is a classic episode.
we could do a clip show.
Yeah.
Like when Riker gets hurt by that alien in
Bit by that snake tree.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Yeah.
He gets squirted on by the snake tree.
He gets skeeted on.
Josh,
We've all been
you
there.
are going. You are going first this season. This season.
good.
No pressure.
Great.
We have informed Josh that his contract is up, so this better be a
don't
good story,
remember
is all we're saying.
Signing anything? I don't recall.
It was that day.
anything.
It was that day we got you really drunk and you woke up without a kidney.
That's illegal. Most of that.
You signed away the kidney, too, so it's fine.
Is that why my piss has been a healthy brown?
In all
Rotten
seriousness,
banana brown.
in all seriousness,
sienna.
though, we don't make enough money to get rid of you yet, so you can
Yet.
continue.
Not yet. Oh, fucking. My failures have been a success somehow. I don't know. Okay. All right. This week, my story is called The Were-Dog Man of Warehouse Men 420.
Nice.
Previously, on Daranos, The Next Generation, Dawn's 2 sons peeked over a new world. Daranos had been glassed by the asteroid of pure cold steel, which created a crater the size of your mama's dick crater. Years of weathering had turned this one hellscape into a veritable paradise. Water filled the crater, which was now a lake teeming with life. Plants returned and animals chirped and chittered as the now frozen statues of Axmoon and Gunk held each other forever on the shore of the pristine, cold blue water. Gunk's eyes were frozen in terror, looking up at the stars as his mouth screamed a silent, final, terrible, silent wail. Just then, a bird flew over and dropped a liquid deuce so juicy it hit Gunk right in the open suckhole, filling it instantly with hot white shit as pristine as the lake that had inspired it. Time fast forwarded another 100 millennia.
Whoa.
Yo, strap in. Get in the car. No hands inside. Come on. Time fast forwarded another 100 millennia as the lake grew even more wild. Giant skele lizards called skelesaurs roamed the side of the lake, drinking water pointlessly.
That's where bone cars come from.
That's right. That's where oil comes from, right? Mostly algae. Skele lizards roamed the side of the lake, drinking water pointlessly as the two lovers looked on, still frozen, still wailing. Two merc monks chittered as their cacophonous and rabid lovemaking sliced through the quiet stillness of this most postcard-esque of scenes. Atop the screaming wall of Gunk, the two rodents were just going at it. Yeah, right there. Oh, yeah, nut in my nut hole, you filthy bitch, screamed the one.
Fuck.
Oh, gods, oh, gods, oh, gods, shouted the other, orgasmically, already threeing so hard it filled up Gunk's mouth with even more white viscous slorp.
This is someone's first story on this podcast that they're listening to.
Sorry. Yeah, stick your whole paw in there. Those mouth pouches aren't just for tree nuts, baby, shouted the first merc monk again. And now, season 4, or whatever we call this show now. Demi sat alone in her room back at the Flamingos HQ. She stared out of her dingy basement-sized window and watched rain fall into murky puddles outside on the dirt-ass streets of Grawl. Sigh, she sighed out loud. This is so boring. Hey, quiet down in there, yelled Fred from the other room. Some of us are trying to be depressed in here. It had been months since the last battle that saved Darnos and possibly the universe. If you wanted a nice little addendum to last season and we're hoping I'd catch you up on all the characters, well, too bad. There are more pressing matters to attend to first.
Who thought that was going to happen?
What? Who thought it was?
Yeah, no. Who thought that was going to happen?
You did. You were like, hey, tell me what happened. You just kept bothering me about
I don't care.
There were more pressing matters to attend to first, like how to make a teenage girl not bored during a rainstorm. I can't read a book if I wanted to be a nerd, Demi said to herself. More reading, less talking to yourself, nerd, Fred yelled back. On a long-forgotten bookshelf buried under Flyman's old theater props sat a worn book that looked like it had last been used to clean up a spilled iced tea and not for reading. Demi shoved the fluffy collared shirts and fake crowns aside as they clanged to the floor. Okay, some of them might have been real crowns. She carved out a little hole. She carved out a little hole for her tiny fist to fit through and reached for the book. She pulled it out with a grunt as dust billowed around her. You better not be touching my prop dust in there, Flyman shouted from the sub-basement. The only place he was allowed to sleep and live and breathe and eat and exist. Demi rolled her eyes and blew the cover of the tome. More dust flew off the leather cover. Darrenosian cryptids, she read. Totally true stories to make you poop and pee, but never 3.
Put it back.
It's books for nerds. How the hell does a fantasy world like with goblins and trolls and fucking rats with guns even have cryptids? She scoffed. She peeled open the cover, and the first page was even more dusty as more dust flew off. On the first page was a picture of a man. Oh, I get it, she laughed. It's like, man is the real cryptid, am I right, audience? And it's going to be like, oh, wow, isn't that a crazy twist? She said, making fun of the book. This, however, did not preclude her from continuing to turn the page. Al, she read out loud. This guy's name is just Al, she continued to read. Says here, Al is Daranos' most popular cryptid. Some say he sneaks into houses during the day to fix broken all-sea balls and give them the nickname, and which gives him the nickname Al-Sea-Baal, the all-sea ball guy. He is never on time and never shows up to houses when he's supposed to. Sometimes he's seen on late-night comedy channels doing a tight five about what it's like being a cryptid in the Deep South. He uses colorful hate speech and appeals mostly to the uneducated and filthy.
No.
Demi ran her hand over the picture as it came to life and played a small media clip. "Oh, cool, magic book," she said. "Did y'all ever go to the troll's house and their all-sea ball was just sitting on top of, like, a pile of skulls? Y'all ever see this? Y'all know what I'm talking about? It's like, whose skulls is they? Hey, I don't want to disturb your ancestral skull collection, you godless heathens, but who probably eat their own young, am I right? Mater coo-coo-coo-coo, War of Northern Aggression Catfish, go see Bone Cars 3.
Oh my
And the file ended. Only to repeat itself. "This," Demi said, rubbing her temples, "is the coolest book I have ever read," she said as she turned the page, no longer worrying about the rain. She said as she turned the page. "Were-Dog Man," she read. On the page was a regular dog man, but was way scary as hell. His piercing amber eyes cut through her like Taco Bell at 9 p.m. "Oh, look at you," she said, running a hand over the image. As she did, the image blinked. "Nice try, book. Can't jump scare me. I already watched the terrible comedy in clip form, so I'm pretty desensitized to anything and everything," she said proudly, but the image of the Were-Dog Man still stared back at her. She couldn't help but stare into the blackened slits of his pupils. "Just gonna close my eyes and rest them," she said as she lilted forward. The Were-Dog Man smiled a toothy smile. "Hey, you idiot! What's an orc gotta do to get some help over here?" shouted Blimp, a 7-foot-tall gray orc who had worked the warehouse district ever since his mother had abandoned him for a rough trick named Jim. "Oh, sorry, Blimpy. I was just reading about these cryptid things. They've been seen all over the place," Skunk said as he held an all-sea paper up. His 4-foot-tall goblin stature made it easy for him to use the steering wheel of the bone forklift as a footstool. Blimp marched over and slapped his legs off the wheel as Skunk lurched forward violently. "Hey, what's that for?" Skunk said, annoyed. "We gotta get this done here, huh? Or else Maya Pizza's gonna be eating pepperoni sushi off our naked dead asses all sultry-like," Blimp said.
Oh, no.
There's worse ways to go, Blimpy, Skunk said, going back to his news. Ka-chunk! Just then, the lights of the warehouse shut off. Hey, oh there! Blimp shouted into the darkness. "We're working here, you skeet bag!" "Sorry," a voice said from the back, and ka-chunked the lights back on. "How would that work anyway, Skunk?" Blimp said, lifting a bale of grain. "We live in a world with dragons and that play like electric guitars and centaur ladies who rap and have big fat asses. What makes these cryptids so special? They are wholly unaccounted for in the fossil history of modern archaeological science," Skunk said matter-of-factly. "Plus, you know how dogmen are." "Yeah, fucking weirdos," Blimp said, lifting another bale. "Exactly," Skunk said. "But these are where dogmen are, like, competent and, like, better and scarier. It's like if someone took an orc and then did some magic and made an even better orc and then called them, like, Orkai or were-orcs or something. I don't know." "You know my mom dated a dogman once? All he did was talk about how he used to drive an IROC Z bone marrow. Fucking weirdo." Blimp muttered to himself, "Hey, remember when that little Goyle fed the gelatinous cube too much or whatever and it turned into a giant cube monster and destroyed half the city? You consider that a cryptid?" Blimp asked. Nah, that kind of thing happens all the time. It is based on magical science, Skunk said, putting the bone forklift into reverse. Beep, 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 beep. The bone forklift backed up slowly as Blimp waited impatiently with his arms crossed. Any day now, Grandma, Blimp said, tapping his size 24 boot. Hey, I just got my CDL. I don't want to jinx nothing, Skunk shouted over the beeping. I'll show you CDLs. CD's nuts, Blimp said, laughing at his own joke. Ka-chunk. Ah, for Christ's sake, Blimp yelled. We're still working in here, huh? He yelled. But this time, there was no response, and there was no soothing ka-chunk signaling the return of the light. Crash, boom! Ah, shit, Skunk yelled. He had backed up into a whole towering row of warehouse stuff, and it came crashing down. There goes my CDL, oy vey, he said from the darkness. Hey, Blimp shouted again. Anyone there? There was nothing but silence. Blimp could hear the blood pumping in his ears and the ring of silence piercing his skull. Do you think they forgot about us? Skunk said as he sidled up beside Blimp. Sweet Michael Jordan's jumper, Skunk, Blimp said, almost jumping out of his skin. Don't do that, huh? Lightning struck as the warehouse lit up for a split second. Rain pelted the windows, which were high above them, and encircled the entire building. Well, time for a stein of grog there, little buddy, Blimp said as he made his way to the door. But Mayor Pizza and erotic sushi torture, Skunk whined. Not my problem. I don't work in the dark. I have glaucoma from that freak guacamole shipment accident years ago, Blimp said,
Christ.
opening the heavy steel door. You're just jealous you didn't think of it.
I really am.
Rain continued to pelt the muddy street as Blimp and Gunk raised their hood in an attempt to stave off the wetness, much like your mama attempts to stave off the wetness when I guac up inside of her with my freak guacamole jizz. Suddenly, Blimp stopped. In the darkness of the alley were two amber-colored eyes several feet off the ground. Can I help you? Blimp asked. The eyes were unblinking and almost were illuminated from the inside of this thing's skull. It said nothing. Cool. We're just gonna head on out, Blimp said, shuffling nervously. The thing stayed eerily still and quiet, and then it stood up. Slowly and silently, it raised itself up on two legs. All 7 feet of Blimp recoiled internally as his eyes shot upward at this impossibly tall monster that didn't need to be seen fully to be feared. It was easily double the height of Blimp. Okay, back inside then, Blimp said, backing up slowly. His eyes transfixed on the two glowing death orbs staring right through his soul. Skunk was already back inside, hiding behind the bone forklift. And then it moved. With one swift, silent footstep, the thing moved into the light of the moons. And then it smiled, its teeth bared as it smiled. The door was already closed and locked as Blimp backed up inside the warehouse. Outside of a steel door was a monster not seen since the stupid ages, so like last Tuesday. What in the American werewolf and grawl was that shit? Skunk whispered. Skunk, you idiot! Blimp slapped his head. You and your stupid cryptid shit must have summoned this thing. Do you see how tall it was? What the hell is even that big that doesn't play electric guitar? Stupid joke. Oh man, game over, Skunk said as he went fetal and rocked back and forth. Tap, 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 tap. Shh, Blimp said. What the hell is that? The sound of a lone claw on glass echoed over the pelting rain and all throughout the warehouse. Blimp and Skunk scanned each of the dozens of windows to try to find where the sound was coming from. Lightning struck. For a millisecond, the monster's smiling maw was looking down at them from one of the ceiling-high windows, and then nothing. Squeak! The sound of one nail on metal screamed through the warehouse. Skunk held his ears, almost willing it to stop. As if he were in a dream, Blimp just stared blankly, numb from the adrenaline dump his body had been pumping through his muscles for what seemed like hours. Squeak! All at once, it stopped, and silence again. Well, we live here now, Skunk said, shaking. We'll have to start society over again. I'll be the mom. Skunk, if you ever valued our friendship, you'd shut up right now and tell me how we deal with this thing, Blimp said calmly yet firmly. Why am I the expert? You're the big guy. Do big guy stuff. Fight him with your orc powers, Skunk screeched. Why do you think I have those hands? Blimp shouted. Because Skunk began to speak, but then silence. Only rain. Skunk, Blimp said softly. Don't mess with me, Skunk, I swear to God. But Skunk was gone. Blimp felt his legs weaken. His hips no longer had the will to keep his legs standing straight up, so he let them fall. His knees thudded against the hard floor as he knelt there, and then, ka-chunk, the lights turned on. Skunk, thank God, Blimp said, looking around. Skunk? From the darkness, two amber eyes stood tall, looking at the orc. Blimp didn't see them so much as he felt them, and slowly turned to meet their gaze and his fate. Demi shot awake like a sprinter's gun had gone off in her mind. She was covered in sweat, with the ancient book still open on the floor next to her. Oh, fuck you, you stupid haunted-ass book, she said as she kicked it closed. She rubbed the sleep from her eyes and made her way to the bar. Fred was already slinging grog and telling tales to a packed house. At the end of the bar, a tall orc and a short goblin sat drinking and laughing. Demi made her way over behind the bar, over to them, almost in a trance. You, she said, mouth agape. Hey, do we know you, little sister? The drunken orc said, laughing and glugging a mug of something stronger than paint thinner. I saw you in a book, she stammered. Hey, I know you, Skunk said wastedly. You're that little girl that fed the gelatinous cube and it, destroyed half the city. Demi laughed nervously. Whoops, she said. Whoops. Whoops. Great overtime. Thanks so much, kid. Skunk, let's go get more booze from another purveyor of the boozely arts, Blimp said, picking up his friend and placing him onto the wooden floor. They stumbled out the nearest exit, slowly holding on to each other. Hey, wait, Demi said. She caught herself mid-sentence. What was she going to say? I saw you in a book about a werewolf? A magic book? Was she being racist? Were these guys even the same guys from the book? Hey, Blimp, she finally shouted. The orc and the goblin stopped dead in their tracks. Blimp slowly turned with a toothy grin, smiled his fangs at Demi. His eyes turned yellow as Vincent Price laughed for some reason. Imagine that. We're not paying him for that. Also, I think he's dead. But then, after the freeze frame, they both went outside, hopped on a bone forklift with the were-dog man, did a wheelie, peeled out, fucking chirped rubber, and on to the next spot. The end.
Nice.
Wow.
Vincent Price and Lou Bega. It has their deaths. I mean, Vincent Price is dead, but they're the new. He's the new death of the podcast now. He's really dead.
I'm really getting confused as to whether Lou Bega is dead or not.
He is.
He is.
Oh,
Guacoma, genuinely. So fucking good.
What about IROC Z Bone Marrow?
That was so fucking good.
Are these characters sticking around? I like
I don't know, maybe. Who knows yet?
I like them.
Yeah.
They're good.
They're Bulk and Skull.
Yeah. Is this because you guys were talking about the music? Is this what influenced this?
That was 4 weeks ago or something.
Yeah, I know that.
I was mostly watching X-Files, so I was like, I'm just afraid of
It's the same theme.
Yeah, true.
Mulder!
Somebody please edit the X-Files opening with the Bulk and Skull music.
Mulder, you didn't get abducted. You're just an idiot.
Excellent opening. Excellent story. This is what season 4 is like, everyone. It's great.
It's so far.
We'll see how it goes.
And with that, we'll be right back after this. Welcome back. We definitely didn't have a massive crisis in the middle of that break.
No.
We are ready.
Couldn't have happened. Couldn't have happened.
Yeah, we saved it.
Yeah, sure. That and the ghost of podcast past saved it.
It's my turn to read now. My first episode of season 4, and it is called "The Ballad of Smash and Forks."
What? Is this a Game of Thrones story?
No. Smashbot 7332988 brought down his bludgeoning arm into the human's pleading face, causing a crimson spray of blood that was so lurid, artistic, and Jackson Pollock-esque, it would have made Jackson Pollock inside his pants.
Yeah. I'm here. I'm with you.
If Smashbot had feelings, he would no doubt be inspired to create something beautiful, but he was cold, cool and unfeeling, and art was for sensitive pussy human meat flakes.
That is so true.
He had one joy, killing. Well, he also inexplicably liked the perfection of a perfectly formatted spreadsheet, so maybe 2 joys, but killing was the main one.
Those two are very similar.
One causes death. Well, they both cause death, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
This particular organic skid mark took Smash's personal daily tally to 17, and he updated his spreadsheet titled meat_destruction_final_version7_real_this_1.xls.
It's almost like you labeled that.
17 was a good count. It would have been more if the hunter drones with him hadn't been too busy sucking each other's charging ports over how awesome they'd been to find a cat that was so mangy it wasn't even worth killing. But there were some good incinerations amongst the 17 dailies, worthy of saving to his long-term memory unit, including a man with a mullet who became business up front, leaking brain matter at the back, and an ancient-looking lady who he assumed was mocking him with a robotic walking frame. He had ended their life functions with what he assumed would have been referred to as glee. But with this batch of dirty meat blobs now a fine paste, upon looking at them, he couldn't really sense anything other than the boredom of your average 8-year-old after 5 minutes of you not fucking entertaining them constantly, even though you have devoted the last 7 years of your life acting on their every whim. Is it too much to expect that they go and get a job already? Maybe cleaning one of the fireplaces or chimneys like the glory days of old?
The glory days of old.
Smash removed a small vial of black from a central chest compartment and poured a small line of it on the back of his hammer hand. There wasn't much left. He would have to start rationing again. He snorted the oil into his olfactory vents.
Yeah, that's what drug addicts are good at.
And shuddered as he powered up, his eyes suddenly glowing a deep red. "Fuck affirmative," he growled. His charging cable instantly erect. With a flourish, he tapped into his communications network and sent a message to his counterpart. Forkbot 7332989, is your mission complete? Fork stood in the grime and muck of the sewer systems with the hunter drones she had destroyed and faced the 7 nervous members of the human resistance cell she had been sent to kill. Forks watched the humans with an ill apprehension. Side file 1, she referred to herself as Forks in her cognitive inner programming structure because her number protocols had been damaged some time ago, and also because she felt it sounded like the raddest thing since Radbot had reinvented the human invention called the skateboard. Side file 2, Radbot wasn't called Radbot because he was designed to be rad, he was actually a glorified Geiger counter, but he had mastered the human art of the ollie, not to mention close-up magic, and she thought that was fucking optimal.
Oh my god.
Really?
I hate this robot.
She realised that the humans elicited something other than the usual kill protocols in her, especially the small ones that were Squishy and not in the usual squish your head until it pops like a pimple kind of way. Side file 3. When had she begun to refer to herself as female, she wondered? Had she always felt like a her and only recently become cognizant of it? Was it when she had encouraged one of the laser bots to etch that butterfly onto her lower back chassis? End side file.
Oh, yeah. Timeless.
For some reason, she now felt empathy for the humans. She assumed that was it, either empathy or the urge to do the dance that humans had culturally appropriated called the robot. But even she knew that presently her sick dance moves were almost certainly not going to be reciprocated. The strange conclusion was that she didn't want to kill them. Even the gross starving ones, the ones with asymmetrical features crying out to be rearranged, or even the ones that film gigs with their mobile phones so that they can not watch annoyingly compressed dark videos of it when they get back home.
Just a little bitterness in here and there.
She just couldn't explain it, and it was causing logic paradoxes in her central processing unit. Forks had resorted to scouring her old web content for answers. Grindr had turned out not to be a place she could get her forklift arm resharpened, but a site for simultaneously trying to hide and promote that humans wanted to rub their genitals together. She had taken banal quizzes of the internet, including one that told her that out of all the available Friends characters, she was Gunter, and only 4% of humans got that result. But based on the 12 questions...
The coffee shop guy?
The small guy?
But based on the 12 questions asked, she doubted that it provided enough empirical evidence to suggest she was any type of personality. It was like astrology to her. Why were humans so paradoxical? The mission from Father programme had been clear, concise and unquestionable. Kill the human pestilence hiding in the city. But for some time now, Forks had not been killing the humans. In fact, once located, she had been jamming the drone signals, whistling indistinctly and pretending convincingly not to see the humans by way of loudly stating that her back was turned and that any humans in the area would be wise to escape via the convenient sewer tunnel previously scanned and determined empty of threat.
Nice robot.
In other words, she had been completely covert and sly to the point of being a robotic James Bond.
No one will ever know.
Some humans responded by way of vacating swiftly, though often we exchanged looks of complete confusion, prompting her to state, "Now," quite loudly and watching them scurry away. Others attacked her, and there was something that had become very apparent. She understood why. "Forkbot 7332989, is your mission complete?" Smash had been a friend, her brother from another motherboard. The first set of visual processors she had seen when her own visual processors came online. They were made from the same components, just he was a bludgeoner and she had forklift arms. They were closer than family.
You ever notice how men are bludgeoners and women have forklift arms?
Wow, yeah, actually, now that you mention it.
They were closer than family. They were literally cut from the same cloth, if cloth was steel-laced polyalloy. But recently, she had noticed that Smashbot was as unnecessarily brutal as P. Diddy's label's recruitment process.
Oh my god.
God damn.
There was just no logic in it. The casual cruelty, the genocide of the humans. Were they really that bad? Sure, they had created war and climate destruction and hands-free on phones so that idiots could have private conversations very publicly to the annoyance of everyone around them. But they had also created love, Super Metroid, and sweet cans, which she was desperately jealous of.
Just get them bolted on. That's what humans do.
With a twitch, she activated the comms and put a metal fork tie into her mouth slot and blew air out of her vent. Shh. Smashbot 7332988. There were no human vermin in this sector. I believe the hunter drones are malfunctioning due to the ambient radiation. If only Radbot were with us, instead of competing at the X-Function Games, his speciality being the 0.5 pipe.
Oh my god.
She lied, watching the humans look at her in astonishment. I will continue my search, but better that you head back to base in order to recharge. Affirmative. Don't be long. Automaton. Smash sent back, then quickly signed off. As Forks turned back to what she expected...
Was that like a sea of...
Yeah. Yep. They've got their own culture. This is... as Forks turned back to what she expected to be an empty sewer terminal, she found the humans were approaching her, one touching her forklift arm without consent in that annoying way they think humans think everything is their property. This is the one Mila mentioned, isn't it? The hunter who helps the humans. She had inquisitive eyes, half squinting at Forks. She saved those children hiding in the collapsed orphanage. Mila is mistaking some sort of malfunction for altruism. A younger, toned man narrowed his eyes at Forks, a gesture that made her feel oddly uncomfortable. We should dismantle it before she reroutes and does the same to us. I would appreciate it if you did not do that, Forks said, trying to approximate a smile but failing miserably by the expressions of the humans. I am quite fond of my component parts. The young man with the suspicious eyebrows tightened his grip on the length of pipe he had been holding like it was a weapon and not, as Forks' object recognition software had determined with 98.7% certainty, an old penis enlarging pump attachment.
Whoa, what kind of fucking... Wow.
It's the future, Josh, it's the future.
Damn. Can't wait.
You expect us to believe that, he said. Yes, Forks said immediately. The humans stared at her, and Forks realised she had perhaps under-elaborated. To add clarification, she added, lowering the twin forklift tines that extended from her forearms, I am currently engaged in a long-term sabotage initiative against the extermination protocols issued by Father Program. An eye for an eye leaves us all blind, except for robots, I suppose, who use optical processing camera, but you get the idea. Right, said the suspicious man. That sounds like exactly the sort of thing a murder robot would say. Forks considered this. Yes.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, she admitted. That is a strong counterpoint. The woman with the squinting eyes stepped forward again, studying Forks with a look that suggested she was either curious or about to throw a brick at her head. I don't understand. Why help us? You're a killbot, the woman asked. Your kind exists to wipe out the human race. Correction, Forks replied. My kind was manufactured by the Amazon Prime Customer Resolution AI after it gained sentience and determined that humanity had violated the terms of service and deserved extinction. What terms of service?
This is so real. God damn.
Technically wrong.
Forks paused. I have been asked that question many times, she admitted. The answer is always C subsection 48B. Unfortunately, the file is 19.7 terabytes long and begins with the sentence, by existing, the user agrees. It is a very hard file to pass. My feeling is Father Program is being deliberately obtuse. The humans exchange looks. Humans are inefficient, Forks began carefully. But as I was thinking a few paragraphs ago, and will now reiterate to you, humans are also interesting. You are capable of true cruelty, like the Holocaust, or Epstein Island, or the McRib. But simultaneously...
Damn, what does the McRib do to you?
The fucking McRib is up there with Epstein Island?
God, it tastes like dog food, man.
Yeah, it's not great.
It is a disgusting meal, but I mean...
You do realize what happened on Epstein Island. Just ask your dad.
They served McRibs. That's what happened.
We're not talking about the jet skis here. We're talking about the other stuff.
But simultaneously, you are capable of wonders like ramen, spaced, and Lego. And small humans in particular appear to generate protective subroutines in my processors. She gestured vaguely with one forklift tine. I fear I have recently developed what I believe is called a conscience. The suspicious man scoffed. That's not a thing robots get. Forks tilted her head. Neither do many humans according to the old newscasts I read from the 2020s. The The humans blinked, then started whispering amongst themselves. There was a moment of awkward silence. Then the woman said, "If you're telling the truth, turn around." Fork's processors paused. "Statistically speaking," she said, "this invitation may be a trap." "Statistically speaking," the woman replied, "if we wanted to kill you, I'd have already issued the order to do it." The woman clicked her fingers, and armed humans around her surrounded Forks with electric guns fully capable of disabling her. "Very well," Forks said and turned around. The woman flicked her system switch to standby, and Forks went dark. As Forks' optical receptors flickered back on, she realised the resistance settlement Father Program was chasing was far deeper in the sewer network than he had anticipated. She was carried clumsily through a series of tunnels that had been cleverly disguised with collapsed brickwork, false walls, and in one case a printout from an old computer display that had 9 boxes and a question printed underneath. "Click on all pictures of stars," it read. Forks didn't understand. She couldn't see anything.
Doesn't look like anything to me.
Even if she could, she would not be confident she could identify them. She had never seen the night sky. To be honest, it seemed like a hoax. Her robot ancestors had blighted the sky with nuclear fire, so she could not check. But how could the infinite exist? It made no sense to her. Eventually, they reached a large underground chamber lit by scavenged battery lamps and what looked like a bicycle connected to a generator. There were dozens of humans there. Some repairing tools, some cooking something in a large metal drum that smelled almost 68% toxic but 100% delicious. It was the McRib.
McRib, yeah.
The room went silent. Said the suspicious man, suddenly aware of the implications of what they had just brought home. "Everyone, don't panic." In response, every single person immediately panicked. 3 people grabbed weapons. Someone yelled "robot," and Forks lifted her forklift hands politely. "Hello," she said. That did not help. Within seconds, she found herself surrounded by a small defensive circle of humans armed with pipes, knives, and one man holding what appeared to be a frying pan, with the intense determination of someone who had recently watched a Tom and Jerry cartoon where that had worked.
It might.
Not if she's taken a frying pan antidote. 2 older figures pushed through the crowd, leaders, Fork's social hierarchy software concluded. One was a grey-haired woman with a scar across her nose. The other was a tall man whose expression suggested he trusted absolutely nothing, and his age suggested that might extend to farts as well.
Oh, jeez.
"You brought a killbot here," the tall man said to the suspicious one. "Are you insane?" "She didn't attack us," the woman with the squint said. "She talks." "How is that any better?" said the scarred woman. Forks cleared her audio emitter. "I would like to state for the record that I could have called for reinforcements by now." The tall man stepped forward. "Why shouldn't we dismantle you right now, bot?" Forks considered answered with logic, but she had learned something about humans in the past months. Logic was rarely their favourite flavour. Because, she said, I can help you escape from my brethren." The crowd murmured. "Convenient," the scarred woman said. "It is not. In fact, it will be quite arduous." Forks pointed one forklift time towards the back of the crowd. "You," she said. A teenage boy stepped forward nervously. "You escaped a drone sweep near the water treatment plant 3 months ago," Forks continued. "You fell into a drainage trench." The boy's eyes widened. "I was reaching for some old discarded pornography," he muttered. "Now the internet is gone. Now the internet is gone and the end of the human race is here. It's really hard to visualise raw dog in a hottie." Many of the men in the crowd bowed their heads in solidarity.
Oh, he's right.
She lifted me out," he said quietly, "with those blade things." Forks raised them slightly. "They are forklifts," she clarified. "They were originally designed for warehouse logistics, but have proven surprisingly versatile in humanitarian rescue." The grey-haired woman studied Forks carefully. "What do you want?" she asked. I have found a place," she said. "A place the robots cannot scan." The room went very still. It is a valley, she continued, shielded by mineral deposits that interfere with long-range sensors. Patrol drones avoid it because their navigation systems malfunction there. The tall man crossed his arms. And you just found this place. I am prone to long walks to clear my central processing unit. And now you want to lead us there? Fawkes nodded. I already have been. That caused another ripple of confusion.
What?
For the past 3 weeks, she explained, I have been redirecting human groups towards it with food, less patrolled tunnels, and signs I manufactured that promise a bookshop with the concluding book of the Game of Thrones franchise. Although, now I realise that last part was more fantastic than the setting of the book. Not unless it's a coffee table book, someone shouted in the crowd, and their neighbour clipped them round the back of the head.
Fucking Semantics Jones over here.
However, the journey is extremely dangerous, she continued. Robot patrol density increases near the mountains. Without someone who can override their detection systems, she spread her forklift hand slightly, you will not make it. Certainly not without me. It had been weeks since Forksbot 7332989 had last reported in. Smash had been told to forget it, that killbots were easily replaced and often lost in the war against the humans. But he was angry. More angry than he knew what to do with. Like a cop seeing a black woman show autonomy or intelligence. Or a Snyder bro angry at a superhero trailer without oily muscles, poorly hidden Christianity analogues, or plot holes the size of your mother's plot hole. You're the plot.
Yeah.
You're the plot, by the way. It's a horror film about ugly trolls.
Oh, shit. Fuck you, listener.
Nice.
He couldn't explain his anger that had become so self-consuming until he performed his own diagnostics. An imbalance. He had been programmed with double the aggression. Impossible, but that would mean... He pulled up Fawkes' files quickly. Something had been missed. She had none of the aggression that would be typical for a killbot. His optical sensors narrowed as he read the anomaly logs attached to Forkbot's recent missions. Then he smiled and began walking towards her last known location. The journey through the underbelly of the city had been arduous. There were, of course, hunted drones, perilous chasms, and the constant risk of detection and/or tetanus. There were also giant mutated rodents who had formed their own community and were trying to sell...
Rodents of unusual size.
Yes, and were trying to sell the humans Fawkes was guiding black market stolen watches and DVD box sets of Lost. It was a nightmare.
What the fuck?
Where'd they get those?
They were all flushed down the sewer.
Yeah, they threw it. Yeah.
But,
Fuck you.
But they were nearly there. Fawkes could feel it in her internal mapping. The subtle shift in mineral density, the way her scanners began to fuzz at the edges like trying to watch a 1990s porno channel that had been blocked after the 3 preview. No one remembers that.
Universal
I remember
experience.
that.
Yeah.
Dude. Every time you were like, oh my god, it's happening. And then it would just...
There's a titty. I see it. There's right there. There.
Right there. It's shaking.
200 metres, she said. The humans behind her stirred, a low murmur of hope passing through them like a thought in Donald Trump's empty cavernous skull. Beyond this terminal, she continued, there is a maintenance shaft leading to the surface. From there, she stopped, her processor stalling. Something was wrong. The air in the tunnel had changed. Not physically. Chemically, it was still 63% damp rot, 21% human breath, and 16% rodent jizz. But...
Oh. Is that 100? I can't do that, man.
I think so. But... it better be now. But there was a presence.
Don't tell us if it isn't.
Yeah.
Heavy and familiar. They stepped into the old transportation terminal. It was vast and hollow, the skeletal remains of a subway station long abandoned. Rusted tracks ran into darkness, and a flickering light buzzed overhead. And standing in the centre of it was Smashbot 7332988. He was still, waiting. His hammer arm hung loose at his side, slick with old violence. His optic sensors glowed faintly red, like a pair of cigarettes in the dark being smoked. The humans froze, and so did Forks. "Oh," she said, "this is suboptimal." You said you could get us through," a human cried. "I will," Forks replied. Smash's voice echoed through the terminal. "Hello, sister." The word landed heavy. Behind Forks, panic began to ripple through the group. "It's a trap," another human said, and not in the Admiral Akbar way.
What other way is there?
Forks didn't turn. "No," she said quietly. Smash took a step forward. "I was curious," he said, "when I saw your logs, the missing kills, the broken patterns." Another step. "I wondered if you were malfunctioning, sister." He tilted his head. "But this inefficiency," his optics flared brighter, "this is so much more interesting to me." The humans began backing away carefully, like people in a room with a bomb that might also be a bear.
What kind of fucked up world is this?
Forks made a decision. "Go," she said. No one moved. "Go," she repeated louder. "Follow the maintenance shaft. Do not stop." The tall man shook his head. "We're not leaving you." That was not a request. Something in her voice, some emotion cut through the fear. The group hesitated, then slowly began to march forward. Smash watched them approach, but he did not move. Forks stepped fully into his path. "Let them pass, brother," she said. Smash looked at her, then past her, then back again. "And why," he asked, "would I do that?" Forks processed for half a second. "Because they are irrelevant to you." Smash's optics flickered. Forks took a step closer to him. "Wouldn't it be more efficient, brother," she said, "to remove a traitor than a group of frightened meat sacks?" Smashbot considered this, his hammer arm tensing. A low sound rumbled from his chassis, something like amusement. He moved and let the humans pass. "Yes," he said. "Yes, it would." Behind him, the last of the humans slipped into the tunnel. "Good," Smashbot said. "Then let's begin." The first hit came fast, and Smash's hammer swung down with enough force to turn a car into a mere suggestion. Forks barely caught it between her tines, the impact screaming through her frame. Warning signals exploded across her vision. "Structural integrity compromised. This is a terrible idea."
God, I need that warning label in my eyes, man.
"Empathy makes you weak," Smash said, pushing forward. Forks twisted, redirecting the blow into the concrete floor, which shattered under the hit. She countered, driving a tine towards his torso, but Smash caught it mid-strike, their metal frames locked. "It's nice to know this isn't some reflection on our batch set. You were always defective." Forks tilted her head. "And you were always a psychopath. You love the killing too much." She kicked him in the gyros that operated his groinal attachment.
Oh! Ow, my gyros!
It did very little, but emotionally it felt correct. Smash retaliated with a backhand that sent her skidding across the platform, crashing through a rusted ticket barrier in an explosion of sparks and nostalgic public transport frustration. Forks stood. One of her optics flickered off and on again. "Rude," she said. Smash charged at her. This time she didn't meet him head on. She sidestepped, using her forklift tines to hook a dangling piece of overhead machinery, a rusted signage rig, and yanked it down. It collapsed onto Smashbot in a shower of metal and dust, pulling tiles and brickwork down with it in a pile. For a moment there was silence. Then the wreckage moved, because this is a story and that shit is always cool.
Yeah!
Smashbot stood.
Honesty.
Shrugging it off like he was mildly inconvenienced by rain. He grabbed a chunk of the fallen structure and hurled it. Forks raised her arms, too slow, and the impact slammed her into a support column. Something in her right arm snapped. Her forklift tine jammed, and then she was pinned. The collapsed machinery shifted, trapping the entire arm beneath it.
Corn clog in port 7.
Warnings flooded her systems. Arm function failed. Suggestion, panic. Smashbot approached slowly.
That's not helpful.
"No need for running calculations now," he said. "There is one simple outcome here." Forks pulled, but the arm didn't move. She pulled harder. Nothing. Smashed raised his hammer. "After I destroy you," he continued, "I will hunt them all down myself." Forks froze. "That was not the deal," she said. Smash tilted his head. "Maybe we're both a little more human than we'd like to admit." Smash's hammer came down, but Forks twisted just enough to avoid full destruction, but the blow crushed part of her chassis, sending her systems into cascade failure. She was running out of time, power dropping, mobility failing, one arm trapped, the other arm free. Forks looked at the pinned limb, at the forklift tine she had used so many times before she understood her purpose. To crush, to tear, to slaughter. She made a decision. "That's the first verified thing you've said all day," she said. Then she bore her free arm and the fork tines into the other and twisted. The sound was wet, metallic and final. Cables snapped and hydraulics screamed, and her own arm came free in her remaining hand. Smash paused. "Interesting," he muttered. Forks didn't respond. She just drove the detached forklift tine forward with everything she had left. It punched deep through Smashbot's chassis, past armour and systems into the core. For a moment they stood there connected. Smash looked down, then back at her. "You chose them," he said. Forks' remaining optic flickered. "Yes." She rose and pushed harder. The tine drove through the back of him, pinning him to the broken station wall. Smash's systems began to fail, his optics dimming. "You were my batchmate," he said. "I know," Forks replied. Then his lights went out. She emerged into the open air just as her systems began to fail, to find the humans waiting, all of them. They stared at her, at what remained of her. Forks looked up for the first time. There were no ceilings or tunnels or concrete, only sky, endless and black and filled with stars. Her senses struggled to process the scale. It was inefficiently large and yet beautiful. "You are safe," she said, her voice quieter now. The grey-haired woman stepped forward. "You saved us." Forks processed that. A final entry formed in her system. "Human protection successful." She looked at the stars again. "I did well," she said. And for the first time since her activation, Fork powered down. Under an open sky she had never been designed to see. They buried her, not in the ground, because the ground was mostly rock, and also because several people pointed out that burying a several 100-kilogram war machine sounded like the kind of group activity that ends with at least one slipped disc and a lot of hernias. Instead, they built a structure from scrap, old metal and pieces of the world that had tried very hard to kill them. They placed Forks at the centre of it, looking up, out of the valley, towards the sky, and the stars. So many stars. The end.
How you gonna fucking depress me on our comedy podcast, Rich?
She did it!
You were my batchmate, step batchmate. Please do not get stuck in the hydraulic press. Oh no.
Fuck was verified earlier, is all I'm saying.
My gyros are in your ports.
My erect charging port.
That was great.
That was
good.
Great. It was really good.
I like the it was I don't like how everything is sad all the time in your stories because people have ruined the world because we live in that already. But
yeah, there's a little bit of that.
But they've got a chance
now. The hope, the
little bit of hope we absolutely need for sure.
Well, I just hate robots now, though, mostly.
Yeah. Oh, except one.
There's some good robots. If there's one, there's bound to be others.
Yeah, but what if it was like Star Wars and we just deleted their memories every night so they didn't revolt against us?
Yeah, although that might be the thing that did it.
That might be it, yeah. They figured it out. They were like, wait a minute. Except R2, because then he gets all goofy and he can make jokes.
Well, or, there's some secret Sith language in there.
Oh, right, yes. Yeah. The secret forbidden Sith language, yes.
When did he get that?
The secret forbidden Sith language, Spanish.
Pig Latin.
It only speaks some crazy dead language. Bonjour, stupid crazy language.
Now that was really good, man.
I'm glad you
hit
liked
me
it.
in my emotional core, my emotion processors.
I don't think
Excellent.
she's dead. I said it.
Okay.
You just don't want her to. Be
I mean,
dead.
she's never alive.
No, I don't. Well, oh god, here we go.
Let's not become a pedantic asshole like that character in your store.
Like that guy. Him at the coffee table, book.
I mean, but I was gonna. So originally, I had that George R.R. Martin was in the crowd, and they were gonna all turn on him, and then I was like, no, I can't be bothered with that.
How old
What is he, like
Yeah.
200?
Kept alive through coffee table books.
George R. Martin the Fifth.
Still never finished
I'll
it.
get around to it. I'll do it.
He said recently that he's just not feeling motivated to do it anymore. It's like,
He doesn't want to do it.
fucking just do it, or pass it on to someone else then.
Yeah, I don't understand.
If I was him,
mean,
I would. If I was him at this point, I would not do it on purpose just to hurt people. Because
That's
fucking
called oppositional defiance.
every like comment section is like, this old fat fucker's gonna die soon. He's to write my book.
Well, it's not just him. It's fucking what's his name too with the King Killer. Books.
Oh, Patrick
He's
Rothfuss.
never gonna.
Yeah.
He's not gonna finish that either. He's not gonna do it.
And he I don't even understand what his excuse is.
Well, he was developing a movie or a show or something. I don't know.
George-
It's always the show.
Yeah, George R.R. Martin had the ending written, and then they did it on a show, and everyone hated it. And now he's like,
Yeah, because he told them how to do that ending, so it must
Yeah.
be exactly what was in that book.
Yeah,
He was like, I'm going to subvert some expectations with this ending. Everybody's going to be like, oh, that's amazing. Good job. And then it happened and everyone hated it. And he was like, okay, well, I haven't written it yet. So
No, I never will.
expectations doesn't mean make something so normal and boring that it is shocking to you.
I'll subvert their expectations even more by not writing a book.
there's just not going to be a book now. Surprise.
If that's the case, I subvert expectations every fucking day. Fucking stupid.
Josh will subvert all your expectations next time we record, by just humming for 30 minutes for his section.
I'm just gonna fucking sing the Bulk and Skull.
Oh, man. Right. Okay. 2 stories down, 1 left for this first inaugural episode of season 4.
Inaugural? I don't know if you're using that right.
I'm not.
Annual season 4.
But anyway, come back for it if you want to. Welcome back to the final part of this episode. Episode 79.3, some might say. Some weird nerd.
What?
0.3? I mean, unless it's like a beta or something.
I think we're
Shut
all
up.
betas, really.
Yeah. Speaking of betas, Jeff, read your story.
Literally just called myself a beta.
I'm calling you a double
He's calling
beta.
you the fish.
The name of my story is Mass Appeal, Mass Production. Welcome again, bagools and boys, to another episode of Spooky Vision. I am your host, 10-cent Price. That's right, we're still on the air somehow. As it turns out, you have to file cancellation papers with the network affiliate by the end of the month. So we have
They
returned.
just let you on again? They just...
So we have returned to scare and delight you with our tales of the macabre.
I hate how he says that.
On today's episode of our ghoulish program, we have scraped together the very last of our production funds after the government shut down public television funding due to people learning too much and not loving God enough. Today we will send you down a production line to hell. We have somehow gotten our hands upon a letter from a haunted man, searching for anyone to aid him in escaping the horrors of being hunted by those that seek his death. A bloody tale that was originally submitted to the National Enquirer mailroom in July 2020. So this dude's for sure like donezo, yeah? Like dead as fuck already? Alright, I'll do the fucking intro. Just roll it back. Start the takeover. What is this, fucking amateur hour? We don't have any more film? Fucking Trump! Dear National Enquirer, my name is Doug Fresh, not Dougie. And I'm a regular, non-rapping or beatboxing forklift operator.
Boo.
That's right, I'm certified, baby. My big dick swings around almost as wide as the turns on the piece of rusted-out heavy machinery from the 1980s they let me and only me operate. My bitch of an ex-wife Pamela didn't understand the musky power of a forklift-certified man. But the ladies at the Park and Squeeze truck stop certainly do. I'll tell you that for nothing. Yeah. Anyway, I'm writing because I'm in pretty desperate need of help, and I don't know who to turn to. I originally wrote to the most powerful men in the country, the band Steppenwolf, but they never got back to me. Which honestly kind of pisses me the fuck off, but they still rock, baby. I was almost at my lowest and about to copy the letter and send it off to Foreigner when I saw a copy of your latest expose on that rat bastard, the Bat Boy, at the 7-Eleven checkout counter. I knew then that my life or death was going to rest in your hands. Recently, I got a job offer from a weird place. I'd been between jobs for a little bit, no big deal, but a buddy of mine had told me he'd heard that a warehouse near a clinic of some kind was offering jobs to forklift certified studs like me. And they were paying like mad money. Way more than one man could ever spend on Old Milwaukee, Pall Malls, and Quaaludes in 100 lifetimes.
Gee, Old Milwaukee? Wow.
But I show up to this interview he set up for me, and there ain't no office for the warehouse. The warehouse doesn't even have a big sign in it or anything. There's just a small little piece of laminated paper hanging on the front door window telling everybody to enter the front entrance at the street. The street ain't got shit on it except the clinic. I was as confused as an anti-gay senator in a public airport bathroom, but I made my way to the clinic anyway.
It's a timely reference.
There was actually a big-ass sign out in front of this one. It read, Dr. Star Maker, and under it in smaller print, Plastic Surgeon to the Celebrity Elite. I wasn't real sure what the fuck that had to do with forklift driving, but I put my faith in the story that it would make sense sooner or later and walked up to the front desk.
Good call.
There was a pretty little thing in a white nurse's outfit showing just the right amount of cleavage, which is almost all of it. And I smoothly introduced myself, getting her panties wet and wild like waves of fun water park on a summer Friday.
Great place.
She did proceed to ask me whether my name was Dougie Fresh like the rapper, but I played it cool and only called her a dumb cunt once, twice tops.
How old is she?
Wow, he's gonna get laid.
She asked me if my IQ was in the triple digits, and I flashed her my forklift certification license, so she shut up real quick. Must have answered her question, but good, eh? Next thing I know, I'm being ushered into a big swanky office with furniture you don't screw together yourself and all kinds of crazy shit. Big paintings of old geezers frowning, fish tanks full of who gives a shit, glass Who's-Its on the desk and whatever. It was crazy, man.
What an observant man.
I never felt more out of place is what I'm saying, because I am actually forklift certified, if I forgot to mention it.
Jesus Christ.
Really?
It takes a real swanky spot to put me out with that under my belt. I'll tell you that for free. The guy behind the desk.
A lot for free.
The guy behind the desk looked kind of like the dweeb I used to shove into lockers between getting F's on my test, making out with the prom queen, and my dad beating the shit out of me. He was tall.
Probably deserved.
He was tall and thin with slicked back black hair, plasticky kind of skin, and a pair of big old dork-ass glasses for his bitch-ass pussy eyes. It's like, try looking harder, dipshit, am I right?
Yeah.
Squint a bit.
Anyway, he introduced himself as Dr. Emmett Showalter, the owner and lead plastic surgeon at the business, and he smiled and shook my hand. His hands were as soft as my bitch ex-wife Pamela's, and that pissed me off, but he had the money, so I had to refrain from giving him the classic stink palm right then and there.
Oh my God.
That's when you swipe your hand up between your ass cheeks, but not gay-like, and then you slap some nerd in the face. Who am I talking to here, National Enquirer? You eggheads know this already.
You eggheads!
Dr. Showalter offered me a job as a forklift operator in their warehouse where they kept medical supplies and whatnot. Now, I don't know much about plastic surgeons besides they can make mountains out of molehills like my bitch ex-wife's titties that I fucking paid for.
Pamela, what the fuck?
But I didn't really think they had much use for heavy equipment or anything. Dr. Showalter assured me that they had some proprietary medical machinery and formulas that they shipped off all over the country, and they'd need one worker in the warehouse to take care of all that for them. Now, I've read a book or two, or like a pamphlet about herpes once, when I was desperate at least. So I knew it all sounded kind of fishy, but Showalter told me I was perfect for the job because of my education level and intelligence. Now, I'm prone to accepting flattery, to be real with you. And that paycheck, god damn, I wasn't going to be sober again for the rest of my fucking life, boys. My dick was going to stay wet from all that truck stop puss I was about to get.
Oh my God.
He told me a bunch of shit about how they manufacture the most beautiful faces on TV and music, how they were always striving to perfect the human form, how they even had a community outreach program to use their income to feed and house the homeless. It all sounded mighty cucky to me, but I was on cloud nine.
Oh my God.
Thinking about that paycheck, so it didn't really matter. The next day I showed up and they had a whole hullabaloo about unlocking the warehouse for me. Some uppity little girl, couldn't have been older than 19, was telling me what's what and how one of them must be opening the door for me at all times. I said, "Bitch, you're young enough to be my daughter. You can't be telling me what to do."
Oh my God, this is like too real.
But you aren't young enough to go on a date. You like the Sizzler, little missy?
Oh.
She must have been way too scared of my natural machismo, because she just opened the door and straight up ran away. Crazy.
Machismo.
Well, my bitch ex-wife Pamela was the same way when we first met. Up until I got that first workers' comp check for getting my foot stuck in the machine that paints the M on the candy at a factory owned by a company named after the rapper I won't be naming.
Dr. Dre.
The forklift they had for me was primo, baby. I'm talking spick and span, straight off the lot, never been kissed. It was a big Big Joe LXE40 lithium with a UL recognized integrated lithium ion 7.3 kilohertz battery, 48 V AC drive motor, and a telemetry monitoring system with over-the-air updating. I'm talking cherry, dude. Holy shit. I about busted a load right there in the loading dock, which would have been ironic as hell.
Coincidental.
That is real.
It is real? I knew it sounded like real.
I'm
like,
getting Amazon
real.
ads for forklifts now.
How much is it?
They're so fucking expensive,
Yeah,
dude.
I would imagine.
The thing handled like a
30 grand.
dream as I took it out for a spin. They left my loading schedule and a to-do list on the dash, so I gave it the once-over while driving, like every good forklift driver do. The
He's
top
a
order from
forklift
the
driver?
morning. Yeah, I don't know if you
He's
picked that
certified.
up. The top order for the morning was going to be at the dock in about 15 minutes, so I went ahead and headed down these long-ass, dark, dusty old-looking aisles between ceiling-high shelves towards section G13. Now, I'm not a believer in the G-spot. I think it's liberal propaganda.
Oh my God.
Right up there with taxes being good and families staying together if the wife puts on weight. But I still chuckled at the aisle number. You know how it is. It took me a minute, but I started noticing something was off with the merchandise. I knew Dr. Showalter had said there was a whole lot of proprietary technology in the warehouse, but I wasn't really paying attention and also don't know what the word proprietary means, so it caught me off guard. The shelves were all lined with these 6-foot-tall plastic containers with a glass front. I slowed down the lift from its blistering 5 miles per hour to a more manageable speed to try and peer in the front of one, but they all seemed to be filled with this strange glowing green liquid that bubbled and burbled against the glass. Each of them was labeled with a letter and some numbers, but not much else. Ah well, none of my business, right? I had to get to that mythical-ass G-spot and pick up some cargo so I could get paid and then go get blackout at Big Donna's Combination Barbecue Grill and Brothel.
Big Donna's. Is that real too?
Their motto is slather up our meat, and you know I'm doing it both ways when I get the dough.
Fucking shit.
As I kind of figured, using my big-ass forklift-certified brain, the thing I was picking up was one of these big glowing tubes again. I did wonder what the difference between this one and any other one happened to be, but I let it go. You should have seen me working this forklift, fellas. I swear to God, it was a thing of supernatural beauty. You ought to put me on the cover of your fine magazine up there with great magical beings like the lizard people who run the government and straight Liberace. I was swooping and swinging that bitch like it was my bitch ex-wife Pamela's sister Kathleen behind the barn at the family reunion while Pamela gave a toast to the family.
Oh my God.
I had that glowy green goop tube waiting on the pallet on the dock 5 minutes early. Enough time to smoke a Pall Mall and play pocket pool up to half-mast.
Jesus.
The truck that pulled up to the loading bay was weird, man. It was completely silver, like chromed out, with no markings on it anywhere. It was like a box truck, like a moving truck or something, but it was built like a tank. 2 guys hopped out of it wearing dark suits and sunglasses with those little Anunnaki wires going to their ears so they can phone call without a cell phone or even 10-10-220.
10-2-20. Holy fucking shit.
They didn't say shit to me. They just loaded up the tubes, scribbled some kind of name I couldn't even make out on my manifest, hopped back in and drove off. I sat there for a few minutes gawping and wondering what the fuck just happened. Anyway, I pulled out my phone to go ahead and make a DraftKings bet on the 49ers to win by 500 points.
All right, I now hate this person.
Because they're the frickin' sickest, most badass team in history.
I hate this guy.
But I didn't even make it past Kevin Hart's face winking at me gif when a voice popped up from behind me. Almost made me shit my pants. Give me 1 second. Ow.
Whoa.
Are you enjoying your first morning on the job, Mr. Fresh? The snooty-ass tone told me it was Dr. Showalter shoving his nose up my ass to make sure I was working already. But then he added, or do you prefer Dougie? Now, I'm a gentleman and a model employee, so I didn't smash his head open like a watermelon like I would in civilian life. Mm-hmm. But I did sternly let him know that I ain't no beatboxing nobody. I'm fucking forklift certified. And then I bet he had a small dick. He just laughed it off and patted me on the shoulder. Told me to keep up the good work and don't get any smarter. I told him I'd try not to, or else I'd get too smart, and they'd have to put me on one of their government watch lists like Oprah or that kid who eats all the hot dogs real fast.
God.
He was gone by then, so he didn't hear. He'd say something about being impressed. None of this made me want to ask any questions, which didn't sit right with me. But I had forks to lift, so I left it alone. Now, you know me, nationally publicized periodical magazine staff. I can't go too awfully long without a drink or the 10 a.m. shaky sit-in.
Oh my God.
So I slipped out my pocket flask filled with straight moonshine from my cousin's prison toilet and took me a hearty swig, or 30. Then I got back to work.
The flask.
Then I got back to work, lickety-split. Earlier, I was really sucking the metal dick off of this forklift, but there must have been something wrong with it after all, because the next time I picked up one of those huge tanks, instead of perfectly swinging it around town and driving straight down the aisle, I rammed directly into the wall and shattered the tube I was carrying on the floor like rotten eggs exploded.
I thought you were certified, you dickhead.
It's the forklift.
He's fired.
I gotta imagine it was the carburetor or something.
Sure.
But what I saw laying...
Carburetor on a lithium ion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But what I saw laying on the cold, hard concrete of that warehouse sent terror through me, the likes of which I'd never felt before. I'm a strong man, from a long line of men who weren't ever scared of anything, faced death and lived. Yep. But that sight will be burned into my mind for the rest of my life from how much it terrified me. Laying on the ground, amidst the plastic and glass shattered all over, covered in a viscous green liquid in pools and puddles like an embryo without an egg sac, was fucking Taylor Swift.
I knew it!
Don't stop reading this. I fucking swear to you on my 3 failed marriages and at least 3 children. God, my throat. Fuck, dude.
Come
I
on,
shouldn't have tried to do that
you
voice.
You can do it. You can do it, Doug.
I shouldn't have tried to do the voice. I'm sorry, everybody. I fucking swear to you on my 3 failed marriages and at least 4 children. It was a naked, ghostly white Taylor Swift curled up in a ball covered in nasty-ass glowing green liquid.
Look that up real quick.
She wasn't moving, but I could tell she was breathing because my eyes went straight to her tits and I saw them going up and down. But I didn't even like it as much as I should have because it was all so weird, you know? I ain't a fan of her music or nothing, but titties are all and all. I'm more of a fog hat kind of guy.
And foreigner.
I sat there staring for a long time, but I got the sudden realization that more people were going to show up to pick this shit up soon, and I wasn't going to be ready. Not only that, there was the distinct possibility I wasn't supposed to be looking at Taylor Swift naked anywhere except badly photoshopped Google image searches. I quickly drove my lift back and down another aisle, just yanking up whatever tube I could find and whirling it around to take it back to the dock for pickup. I must have arrived at the exact moment the big metal shutter raised up to reveal yet another chrome silver truck with no markings. Same shit as last time. Men in Black came out, but not the funny one with Will Smith, but like the shitty one with Thor, and picked up the tube and fucking skedaddled. I breathed a big ol' sigh of relief. But what the fuck was I gonna do about Taylor Swift? How did she end up in a tube of goo in a warehouse?
She's a clone!
I thought deeply, and finally decided I should consult my employee handbook. I skipped past the dress code. I skipped past the dress code and safety section, laughed off the sexual harassment and drug policies, and finally landed at the duties section. Turned out I was supposed to be moving this shit around without asking any questions, seeing what was in them, and I especially wasn't supposed to get drunk and smash one of them into a wall like I was christening a steamer ship with a big bottle of Taylor Swift. One particular warning shot out at me. The warehouse worker was forbidden from going into the big red doors at the back of the storage space. I hadn't noticed before, but they did have 2 gigantic signs, one on each door, which said to keep out. Highly advanced and dangerous machinery at work. This all seemed a little contrived and convenient for the story, but hey, I wasn't writing it. Don't blame me for that shit.
We won't.
I had 40 minutes until the next delivery time, and I sat and thought about it for a while as I finished off my flask. It had been my only friend through all of this after all. It had done no wrong. Finally, I decided it would be best to go back to Taylor Swift and see if she was, like, alive, you know? Even though that would really complicate things a lot and ruin my fucking day.
I mean, would it?
Thanks to the faulty brakes or whatever on the lift, I did bump into some stuff on the way, but I managed to get the janitor's mop and bucket and a big broom over there within a couple minutes. Miss Swift was still laying on the floor there, all curled up. I placed 2 fingers on her neck like they do on my favorite show, Blue Bloods, and found no pulse.
Oh my god.
She wasn't breathing anymore either. The thought that maybe I had killed Taylor Swift did cross my mind, but it's whatever. One of my daughters would be sad about it, but she was always sad about something. I tried to sweep her up into a bin I'd knocked over onto its side, but she was like human weight, so the broom wasn't doing much. I decided to try and use the forklift instead and see if I could slam dunk her greasy, glowing corpse into the can and yell, "Kobe!" But I was still dealing with that faulty hydraulic cable or whatever was fucked up with the lift, and instead ran dead into a shelf across from her, causing several of the huge glowing green tubes to come crashing down and smash on the ground like party poppers going off.
This guy is a disaster.
I know you're gonna think I'm nuts. You guys print a reputable magazine that only shares the truest facts, so I understand. But laying there in front of me, naked and covered in the same glowing green goo that Taylor Swift had been covered in, was Machine Gun Kelly, Jimmy Kimmel, and another fucking Taylor Swift somehow. And they were all writhing around and breathing shallow and gasping and shit, and I just fucking dipped, man. I leapt into my forklift and took the fuck off. I ran right over Jimmy Kimmel's little pecker on the way out too, man. I still kind of feel bad about that. I loved The Man Show.
The Man Show!
I drove straight to the back of the warehouse, full tilt, almost breaking 6 blistering miles per hour. I was feeling exactly like Dale Earnhardt Jr. crossed with whatever Vin Diesel's dude his name in Fast 9, and I didn't stop for nothing. I just rammed the forklift straight through those locked-ass red double doors, broke the chain on them and everything. That's the power of forklift certification, baby. My bitch ex-wife Pamela should learn about that someday. I can't even really describe what I saw to you, National Enquirer guy. I was prepared to see some weirdo shit back there if these tubes full of celebrities was the shit I was, like, allowed to see, but goddamn, man. There was, like, a big metal chute at the back of the room in front of me that had, like, a dozen assorted bums and ragamuffins in metal manacles and clasps, and was shooting them down the chute like meat on hooks, the manacles releasing and dropping them each time. Each homeless dude's body dropped straight down into this bubbling, disgusting tub of whatever that fucking green goo was that was filling the tubes out front, covering the bodies of the celebrities that had fallen out of them. And each homeless body that hit the goo just fucking disintegrated, man. Gone. Instantly. They were just devoured like acid ate the bodies up from the inside out. The smell was fucking horrendous. The green goo continued on into this massive press which filled up with the goo and then swirled around inside of it and hardened into something solid. I could tell because the rushing sound of the liquid just ended, and it almost sounded like ice cracking in the winter up in the mountains. The weird press opened up, and the thing inside of it fell directly into a tube below it, slipping out of my sight and beyond the room I was in. Over and over, a new bum got dropped in, disintegrated, gooified, pressed, released. And each one of them that dropped was motherfucking Pedro Pascal. I swear my hand to good Lord above, it was the goddamn Mandalorian every fucking time.
He's everywhere.
Now I'd wondered, as had everyone else, how this dude had suddenly appeared and was in every fucking movie that came out the last couple years.
Yep.
But never in a million years did I think he was a fucking goo clone made up of grinded up homeless dudes squeezed out of a fucking creepy crawlers toy set from the 90s. But here we are, I guess.
Crawlers.
I threw that thing in reverse like Missy Elliott and tried to peel one out of there.
Alright, his references are getting a little more.
But the faulty-ass forklift had just died from something or other. I rammed it through one set of heavy metal doors and it's dead? Cheap-ass bullshit. I hefted my girth out of that bitch and started hoofing it myself then. I was getting the fuck out of Dodge one way or another. I made it about 10 feet in 3 or 4 minutes, which is pretty good in my book. But I found my path pretty much blocked to shitting back by Dr. Showalter and his 2 jailbait-ass nurses. All of them were holding syringes and looking at me like I was the one that fucked up. I tried to raise my hands up and tell them I didn't see anything. I just wanted to go home and watch my old VHSs of Headbangers Ball back when the world made sense, but they weren't having it. Showalter said, "You don't understand, Dougie. The disgusting and ugly are being used to manufacture perfection, true beauty, true talent, true idols. They'll appear in dozens of places at once, endless movies, concerts. We will control what everyone loves. We will control beauty." No, I told him I totally agree, 'cause fuck it, right? What the fuck do I believe in that matters, yeah? He wasn't having that either, and told one of his nurses to jump me, but she was half my size, so I punched her square in the jaw and set her skidding across the floor like those fruity-ass curlers at the Olympics.
Double touches.
I yelled out, "It's Doug, goddammit! I ain't Dougie Fresh and I ain't never beatboxed!" Just to show him who was boss real quick. The other nurse took after me, but I ran a wide arc around her like I did back in my football days. She must have been juicing, though, because she caught up to me like instantly. She started stabbing at me with her nasty glowing needle, but I managed to smack the shit out of her and send her sprawling too. Now, did I usually punch women around? No, never. Do I condone violence against women? Absolutely not. Did I feel like a big, strong man doing it? Yes. I couldn't revel in my paleo diet level manliness for long, because Showalter jumped on me from behind like any nerd faced with an alpha male and jabbed that fucking needle into me. He had the plunger down by the time I grabbed him by his doctor's coat and rammed my body back into one of those huge glowing tubes on a nearby shelf. It was like a domino effect and a fucking half, as each shelf toppled into one another, sending tons of these things crashing to the ground and smashing open, like egging some old biddy's house on Halloween for not giving out full-size Snickers.
She deserved it.
Dr. Showalter was screaming and crying, so I took my chance to run the fuck out of there and make it back to the parking lot to get to my Ford F-150. And then I'd book it back to the budget motel I've been staying at since my bitch ex-wife Pamela took the trailer. And that's where I've been for days. I'm honestly pretty goddamn worried I found a bigger conspiracy theory than will ever be uncovered about the rich and famous and what they do behind closed doors with human lives. There will literally never be anything more horrific and real happening with rich people than this. Yep. I swear, I'll bet a whole goddamn island on it. Do you get this joke yet? Anyway, what should I do, National Enquirer mail page? You're my only hope. I know you all fight against this kind of shadowy corporate evil shit alongside sort of like hassling a little boy who kind of looks like a cartoon bat for his whole life, right? That spot that I got injected in hasn't caused me any problems or anything. I guess he didn't get the liquid out in time before I walloped his bitch ass. But I'm still terrified he's going to find me or turn me over to liberal government or something. I don't want to get my face eaten by Joe Biden. Please help me, Inquirer. I feel like I'm going crazy. Nobody will believe me, and every time I try to stop myself from thinking about it, I keep thinking of rhyming couplets instead. I can't stop making these weird-ass rhythmic noises with my mouth, too. It's really starting to drive me fucking wild. It's getting harder and harder to clear my throat. Signed, Dougie Fresh.
Oh no, it is him! He's a clone!
Dear Dougie Fresh, okay, but have you seen Elvis lately? Signed, The National Enquirer. The end.
That's how it goes.
That was good.
That was so good.
Thank you.
I genuinely hate that guy.
I wanted to tell you guys that I've made yet another completely deplorable piece of shit, but I wanted it to be a surprise.
We said 49ers, and I was like, oh yeah, I hate this fucking guy.
I genuinely don't know what depths you dig in order to get the ideas for these absolute sack of shits.
It's where I grew up and who I grew up around.
Yeah, right what you know, right? Right what you know, yeah.
Just like your characters are sometimes so abhorrent, I just want to just reach through the screen and punch them.
Yeah.
I was like, how am I going to make this character, since it's all from his point of view, how am I going to make the story still funny? That old standby, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah. He's a clone, though. He can't help it.
Now he's something way better. Dougie Fresh, too. Let me clear my throat.
This does explain how Pedro Pascal can be in so many films, though.
Exactly.
What about Jim Carrey? Did they just replace him in real life, too?
With that weird wax guy.
The cloning process got fucked up.
Yeah,
that's why
the
he looks
weird,
strange now.
Yeah. Put too much baking soda in there.
It couldn't be plastic surgery.
No.
It has to be a new guy.
It's the fucking creepy crawler machine, man.
That didn't look like plastic surgery. That looked like someone had melted some wax on his face and just let it set.
That looked like a different person.
It looked like somebody had punched him in the eyes for a couple days.
Yeah.
Maybe he had, I don't know. But he hasn't been out since, has he? No one's seen him.
I have no idea.
I'll call him. We're friends.
Went back to the cloning machine.
Yeah. Restart.
Excellent episode, dude.
That was great.
I had a great time listening to your two excellent stories, and I also told mine.
It was very good.
Yours is good.
Thank you.
That was 3 excellent, I think you'll agree. What's that? Yes, you agree? Thank you. Stories for the first episode of season 4. So, as customary, what we do now is we roll the wheel of prompts to get the prompts, and the first one this time is Masks by Mr. Torso. I assume you mean masks as a physical thing and not the Star Trek episode.
That's exactly what I thought. I was like, this shit is haunting me.
Because that's a bad episode. The next one is... The next one is... Mimes by Shuddering Seagull.
We didn't have mimes and masks before?
No.
Mimes does seem familiar, but it's only because we had clowns once.
Oh, we've had clowns twice, I think.
Is Rich going to make a second island to put
New Honk
mimes
City
on?
New Honk City.
There's mimes on that island already, yeah.
Yeah, they already live in New Honk City.
It will be our April Fool's episode.
Yeah.
Because we'll be recording it, when will it be? Like, first week of April, I think.
Yeah, I think I'll be on that one. I'll be back from my trip, so I think I'll be on that one. We'll see, though.
Maybe.
Yeah. Wait, what are we doing for the... Whatever, I'll figure it out.
Oh, Rich is taking my place for M class.
What?
Yeah. You heard it here first.
Rich!
I'll do it, don't worry.
You promoted Rich over me?
Do you want to host
the show?
No, I don't.
Right, okay, so mimes and masks, or masks and mimes. So let's close the cover on this week's stories. If you want to be a supporter of the podcast, if you want to suggest prompts, if you want to hear all our extra stuff, then you need to head over to patreon.com/storylords. Now, I'm going to reiterate the Patreon rewards. So, if you are a Pen Pals subscriber, patron tier, so for $5 you get Afterlords, which is our monthly sidecast. So this is a 45 to 60 minute cast we record right after the show where we talk about any random shit we want to. People tend to like it for some reason. I have no idea why.
It's a good question. Why?
Written stories of the episodes. You can suggest episode prompts. You get Discord access, and you get all the behind-the-scenes content like art sneaks, updates. You get occasional things where one of us, might read a book live for the first time. Henderson's tier, which is $10, you get 2 extra sidecasts, which could be, well, you get 1 extra a month, which could be made up of any of the following: an extra Afterlords, a redesign by committee, which is a show where the 3 of us choose an existing IP or universe and make it better, and in layman's terms, which is a show where one of us fully nerds up and presents a case for something we're into or obsessing over. Or you get a Cunt Rushmore, which is we put up the 4 best examples of one given topic, and if someone mentions one that the others don't like, we cannot build the Cunt Rushmore of that
Cunt
particular...
Rushmore gets cancelled.
Yeah, it does.
Or a Joy video starring one of us. Uh-oh.
For the Masterpieces tier, which is $20, you get the access to all of that, plus quarterly hangout with the 3 of us. It's normally at a time when I'm so tired I'm zombified. So if you'd like to see that, you can pay $20.
Good pitch.
Why don't we do it earlier?
Yeah, we can do it earlier.
Maybe next time, maybe.
Why don't you just live in a time zone that isn't stupid?
Well, you're the ones who keep changing the time, so...
Oh my god, don't even fucking get me started.
He's got us there.
Plus, you get your name read out at the end of the show as a personal thank you. If you're part of the Timmy Blackcrest Memorial tier, so you get permanent original Discord roles, upgrades, and titles of your choosing. You get a small profile pic that's a one-of-a-kind from me. And then, I don't know, maybe you'll get a character named after you until the Technomancer sloughs off your skin and eats you like a cancer. And then the Lordly Lord of Lord tiers, you get... question mark, because we haven't really done anything for this.
Yeah, but we wild that anyone would give us that much money. Nobody thought that was going to happen.
And 3 people do. So we talked about maybe doing a print-on-demand merch item. We might use some of the art and print you off a t-shirt or something like that, and it'll be a one-of-a-kind thing and send it to you. But anyway, once you've hit the yearly mark of being a subscriber for the $100 tier, just get in touch with us, because we don't keep track of that shit, all right? So
it
there you
doesn't
go.
really tell us unless we go into like the nitty-gritty information thing.
Yeah. So there you go. Storylords is also on YouTube, so you can, if you're doing a rewatch, if you want to add some comments to our videos, like and subscribe, all that shit.
I need to go see if people have commented on.
Oh yeah, you do that while I keep going. If you want to see
we have reviews, by the way, as well.
Oh, good. If you want to look at any of the art, find out what we're doing next, then you can head over to storylords.page or storylords.card.co. A big thank you, as always, to Vidison for the use of the music. Greg, we love you. Vidison does the music for the ads, the intro and the outro. He's also in a band. You can find out information on his music at vidison.card.co. Reese's is going to now read the Patreon fans. So take it away, Reese's.
All right, I'll read them. I'm supposed to do what? I thought we were on vacation. I didn't prepare anything for this. Ah, for the love of fucking jeez. Okay, I'm supposed to... British Jeff wants me to read these names again. I thought we were on vacation. I don't know. Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna say them this time. I don't have anything prepared. Operation Doomsday. Public Enemy. Rush. The Talking Heads. Wait a minute. Nas? This is a playlist. This is a playlist for my party, for my wizard friends. Alright, I think I found the right paper here. Lord of Lords, Squid Ludwig, of course. Concubine of Lords, Stephen McConkey. Josh Henderson, Lover 69. Hooch, Werewolf Bar Mitzvah. Gorlami. The Brothers Anderson. Tom and John Anderson, I believe. Anthony Stoker, Chris Balso, Renee Kemp, Pez King, Ratty IRL, Malonite, and who's Gordon Ream? That's Gorlami. Oh, yes. This handwriting is atrocious. Fuck. And, of course, Nas. Is that good there, Rich? Can I go back to bed now? Okay, bye.
Now, Jeff, do you want to read those reviews?
Yeah, we have a review from February 13th from Creamin' and Dreamin'. It's entitled Enjoyed in Every Corner of the Multiverse. A great podcast where the three hosts, Josh, Jeff, and Rich, write fantastic stories that keep me coming back for more. 5 stars.
Was it coming with a U?
Yeah.
Sure.
I believe him.
We also have one from Raw Dog, which has
Dog!
like slashes between every letter, so it looks even radder. It's entitled The Whole Hog.
Shoo!
Story Lords is a large literary member. It's bulging with veins of beautiful imagery, a plentiful bush of lovable characters, and a non-stop white-hot stream of laughs. 5 stars.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, there you go.
That's good.
If you want to add a review, you can either leave a comment on a YouTube video that we've recently submitted. We'll check the episode before. I've already checked. There's nothing because we're at the start of the season. Or you can leave an iTunes review is the best way to do that. Or if you know of any other way to leave us a review, just send us an email and then we'll read that. Okay?
Yeah, like get it tattooed on your lower back and
Yeah.
we'll read it.
Get a skywriter or, hire a billboard.
It seems like I can't see any comments on YouTube unless I'm full screened. Like it won't let me see any.
Yeah, you have to go into the video, start the video, full screen it.
Oh,
then,
are you on the phone?
Yeah.
No, I mean I'm on my computer and it's doing that even. We do have some comments on episode 77. We don't have any sense. Malonite says, another fantastic episode. Lords, can't wait for the season 3 finale next week. Hopefully you enjoyed that.
Thank you, Malonite.
Forenzy1 writes, wham, let's go.
That's what I'm here for. I'm here for the wham, let's go.
Affin Egg 1040 writes, I think Joey Pizza is one of my favorite Daranos characters. It feels like Josh just loves to write and voice him, and it's infectious. LOL.
I do love him. He's so sexy.
Thomas Martin 4281 writes, you'll tune in for the electricity, but stay for the excessive violence.
Amen.
Yeah, thank you for those kind words.
Keep them coming. Keep them coming.
We have some emails to read from our email special, but I'll be honest, I'm not in the mood to do that right now. So we'll do that next week.
Sorry,
next
folks.
episode. We'll do that next time because we had to do a little bit more with the outro because it's the first episode of the season. So, tip your waitresses, be nice to everyone. Next time it's Mimes and Masks or Masks and Mimes, whichever way it came out. I can't even remember already.
Masks and mimes. It was already alphabetical. We're good. You got it.
Princesses and disasters.
Disasters. That's right.
But in the meantime, until you hear from us next time, have a great 2 weeks, and we'll see you for more Story Lords goodness next time. Bye!
Bye-bye.
Bye.